If you are treating all your leads the exact same way, I promise you, you are losing money and opportunity. There are four types of individuals you will experience in sales. In this video, we'll go over how to be able to identify them, what's their motivation, their traits, so that you're going to be able to serve them better and make more money. First type of individual we have is the social butterfly. So this is the prospect where you're on the phone with them and they just open up. They want to have fun. Their job is some sort of entertainment or in an environment where they're socializing with people on a regular basis. One thing that I like to do when I talk to individuals is figure it right off the bat. What do you do for a living? This will tell you so much about the person you're talking with. So, social butterfly, they like to have fun. They're probably late to the meeting. They're not the people that show up to the party on time. They're the people that show up fashionably late and get the party started. When talking with these type of individuals, what you want to do is you want to show them how reaching their goal can allow them to have the lifestyle that they want and how it can be fun in the process. So if I'm talking with an individual, I'm talking about, okay, if you made X amount of dollars, what would that allow you to do that you're not able to do right now? Are we traveling? Are we buying that toy? What does that look like? Give them the fun at the end. Yes, we got to get to work, but let's talk about the fun. That's what's going to motivate them. They typically talk fast. And one thing you're going to want to be aware of is on these conversations, make sure that they stay on track. It is very easy to derail in these calls. We want to make sure what are the steps to be able to help and serve this individual so at the end of the call, we can get an answer. Second group, this is what I call the caregivers. These are typically individuals who are going to put others before themselves. So, nursing professions, volunteer work, anything where it's not necessarily high paid, that's not the reward that they're searching for. It's causing impact in the community, being able to help others, being able to give. Now, these individuals, a little bit more soft spoken, you might want to slow down the conversation a little bit. You're going to hear things like, I want generational wealth. I want to make sure that the next generation is taken care of. How do I serve that? So again, having conversations with these individuals is what is not only going to do for them because they're not money motivated, but if we can help them hit their goals, what impact is that going to be able to cause their loved ones and then the community around them? So again, these individuals are more of the nurses, volunteer work, PSWs would be a good example of this. Anyone who takes care of others for a living. Now, they're not going to be flashy. If you start talking about big numbers and pushing them on big goals, that's not what they're here for. What can they do to be able to cause more impact and change the lives of those around them? Next, we have the engineer. As the name implies, engineer brain. They have done their research. If you know that someone's an engineer, an accountant, someone in tech, give them as much information before the call as possible. They will actually go through it. They'll go through content, videos. They're doing their due diligence. They didn't just hop on a call and see what this is about. They know what this is about, and they're having a call to figure out the next steps and any missing details. So just like a watch, they're very predictable. They're going to take it step by step by step. They're going to show up on time. These conversations, you're going to really slow it down. This is your next step. And then after that, this is what happens after the next. Give them as much information and detail as possible. They want all of it. These are the individuals who not only do they show up on time, not only have they done their research, they're going to have a lot of technical questions. Just be prepared for it. And they're probably going to say they need to do more research at the end. One way to combat that is the fact that they did research before they got on the call with you. So call it out. Hey, chances are you probably didn't jump on the call before you did research. What do you feel like you're missing? Get them walking through it step by step. It's going to be a very logical decision where the social butterfly is going to be a very emotional decision. Same with the caregiver. We need to back up, not only have the emotion for the engineer, but we have to back it up with logic. This has to be the next logical step because that's how they're trained. They're trained to build a bridge step by step. They need to know the consistency of that concrete. So take it step by step and close those engineers down. Final group, money motivated. These individuals bet on themselves. This is anyone that's in sales, anyone that's in over the phone, stocks. We got car sales. Basically, anything where their paycheck is based on their performance. They want to be the best. That being said, they are also one of the people that might hijack the conversation. So one of the traits with someone who is money motivated is they very much get to the point, get to the point, get to the point, which can be hard as we try to gather information on them. So understand that, maybe have a quicker conversation with them because they already have their credit card out. They want to know, how does this make me more money than what I'm giving you? If it makes me more money than what I'm giving you, I'm interested. Now, easy ways to identify these individuals on the call, where you have the caregiver, and the caregiver is going to talk about a lot of generational wealth, helping those around them, all that stuff. Money motivated, I find that they talk a lot about legacy. What is their legacy? How are people going to remember them? And they understand that their goal is to make as much money as possible so that they can then give to those around them. So when dealing with someone who's money motivated, few things. First, understand that that conversation is going to be a little bit more direct. No need to bog them down with the details. They know they want this. They just want to know how to do it. 2, they already have the funds available. They probably already have their credit card out. Get ready to take that payment. And 3, but most importantly, understand that with these type of individuals, a lot of ego is going to be in play here. So if they've already been doing what they're trying to learn and they're trying to get to that next level, do not feed that ego. Challenge them a little bit. Hey, I'm making $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. Okay. What would it look like if you made $50,000 a month? Challenge them, get them to stretch their goals a little bit. They are ambitious. They want to get there as fast as possible. And if you can help them get there, they're willing to pay for your services. So that is the breakdown of the 4 personality types you will experience on any sales call. Now, a big thing to remember here is that you can be more than one, but you'll never be the exact opposite. For example, a caregiver could also be a little bit engineer brain. They could also be a little bit of a social butterfly, but you will not see a caregiver also be money motivated. It's just complete opposite. Same thing with that social butterfly. They're not going to be the engineer type that shows up exactly on time. They're going to be late 9 times out of 10. You got to rein them in. They're not looking at the research. They didn't go through that pre-call homework. Get them caught up on that conversation and show the fun that they can have. And here's a bonus. I'll give you one story and 4 ways that you can split that story to target every single individual that you're going to encounter. So let's say we're talking about real estate. We're solving problems. We're doing a creative finance deal. That is something I will be dropping in the channel. So stay tuned for that. Now, if I'm talking to a social butterfly, I'm going to be explaining, I did this real estate deal and we were able to work with other people in the community. We were collaborating, and I call that house the sushi house. The reason it's called the sushi house is that house generates so much cash flow that every single month I can eat sushi and the cash flow from that property pays for it. Or that is the Tesla house. That house pays for my Tesla. Show them that if they do a little bit of work, they can have a lot of fun with the returns that they get. We go down to caregiver. Caregiver, I'm going to talk about what problems I was able to solve. I was talking to this individual. They were in a tight spot. They thought they were going to lose their home, and I was able to do a subject to deal and be able to help them move on to that next step and put some money in their pocket. Speak to what the problem that we actually solved. How do we actually impact and solve a problem for someone else to help us get to where we want to go? If we want to go there faster, we just need to solve more problems. The engineer, you're going to have to break it down. Hey, this is a $300,000 house. The problem that the homeowner is having is that they owe the bank $300,000. So they would have had to cut a check if they sold it on the market. So this is how we're able to solve the problem. Show them the steps. They want to be involved. They want to see how everything comes together and see the full picture of that puzzle. And then finally, you got the money motivated. I was able to get into this property for $5,000 down. If I went to the bank, it would have cost me $60,000 to get into that same house. Because I was able to get that low interest rate, now I'm able to cash flow, which means I'm able to scale faster, which means I'm able to enjoy things at a bigger scale because I'm able to move. Bring into the win, what does that allow you to do and move a lot faster to grow and scale? That's what they're there for. That's what they're interested in. show them how to do it. Well, I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment below. More than happy to talk about sales, real estate, whatever it is. See you on the next one.